What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Another gorgeous day here that we've been blessed with in paradise. Oh, I gotta give you an update, folks, before we get to part 2 of Mikey Pipes found his high school girlfriend in St. Thomas. Oh man, I gotta tell you a story. Wow. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it, and I really appreciate the crazy amount of support that I got over on Spotify, reintroducing the Mikey Pipes podcast series on Spotify as the Mikey Pipes Uncensored channel, Spotify. Yesterday, man, we got a boatload of streams. A total of 7. Ain't that something? 7 people tuned into Spotify, which is free, by the way, and listened to me run my pie hole, running my cum catcher like there's, I don't know, can you scare a whore with a dick? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yesterday we didn't play Duck Duck Goose. Yesterday was a Tequila day. And yesterday was a Don Julio 1942 day. And you guys will be quite proud of me. I only had a total of 2 refills. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Good stuff. People are worried about me in the comment section on the YouTube channel. Mikey Pipes Uncensored, of course. Mikey Pipes. I have been in recovery for 48 years. And I say, shkoyach, good for you. I am so happy and proud of you that you have 48 years of being sober. I really genuinely do. I'm not beating around the bush. I'm not trying to make fun of you. No, congratulations. I really do mean that, because that is quite an accomplishment to achieve, you know. And everyone else, if you're in recovery, I get it. You know what? There's a disease called alcoholism or addiction, and I get it. I really do get it. And I'm addicted too. I am addicted to several things. Number one, I'm addicted to feeding you guys my life. No, I'm really addicted to work and family and hustle. I'm addicted to the hustle. And it just don't stop. It don't fucking stop. You know, I have too many responsibilities, and I'm not complaining. I love it. I got too many responsibilities, but I am at a point of my life where I feel incredibly blessed, and I just need to continue the hustle, because you know what? There's an old saying that the early bird catches the worm. Facts. The hustle never stops. And, you know, while most people, and I kid you not, look at that. It's 5:15, right? So while most people are still smashing that snooze button, I was going to say thumbs up button. While people are out there smashing that snooze button to catch another 8-10 minutes of snooze, of sleep, I'm already up. I'm already thinking. I'm already moving, because the early bird catches the worm. And I didn't wake up early to watch someone else eat, you know what I mean? I'm gonna wake up, I'm getting my pick of the worms that are coming out of the ground, right? I'm ready to eat, because quitting is no option for me. I got too many responsibilities. You know how many families I gotta support, man? And I have another guy. I can't wait for this individual to start on Monday. It's gonna be amazing. A great addition to the team. Good things come to those who wait. Let me tell you something. I got a good feeling about this individual who's coming in on Monday. Really great, great feeling. I got this, like, you know, sometimes you're like, oh, man, I'm like, nah, man, we're good. We're about to take Pipe Doctor to the next level. But I got too many responsibilities, too many families to feed, man. Like, I have a lot of families that depend on me. Forget about my own family. Every team member, every employee. I don't call them employees, right? They're part of my family, right? They have their own separate sets of responsibilities and families to take care of, and they depend on me to make that happen, right? I got clients, homeowners, business owners, you know, property owners, depending on me, right? That when the heat isn't on and it's freezing outside, or they're sweating their balls off and it's fucking hot as fuck outside, you know? And the Bills I'm gonna talk about the Buffalo Bills. We'll talk about them another time, right? But the Bills, right? People won't stop invoicing, right? Because I don't give a shit, right? All right? Bills don't care how I feel today. You gotta hustle. Yeah, so I know, yeah. I'm not that kind of person. Like, you think that, you know, you could just roll over one day and say, I'm tired, maybe tomorrow. Or, you know, when that alarm bell goes off, if your alarm goes off and you're already not in the bathroom waking yourself up, then, I don't know, maybe you're not built for this, you know? You know, maybe tomorrow, maybe later. Later doesn't pay payroll. Later doesn't I was gonna roll for a second. Right? Later doesn't fix the broken heating systems, the broken furnaces, the broken heat pumps, broken boilers. You know, tomorrow, later doesn't build anything. And people love results, but they hate the process. They want the wins without the work. They want the money without the mornings. They want the lifestyle without the sacrifice. And that's how it is. You know, the grind. Is this a grind? Man, this is not motivation. This is discipline. You know, people think like, Mikey Pipes, what the fuck are you doing? You're on vacation. It's 5:15 in the morning. Why are you up? Yes, I have a motivation because I need to get my chairs by the pool. Granted, but I'm disciplined because I'm already up anyway when I'm home, right? Ready not to go to work, ready to accomplish. And listen, I'm not saying I hustle because I want to. It's because I have to, right? And because quitting would just mean letting those I love and care about, letting them down. And that's just something that I refuse to do. But yeah, I'm tired, a little sore. I wouldn't say stretched thin, but you know, we good there. But I'm still here. I'm still moving. I'm still grinding because the hustle never stops. And neither does Mikey fucking Pipe. I know you're waiting for this part, folks. I know you're waiting for this part. Part 2. The friend request from the past. You ready? Let's fucking go! So in yesterday's episode of Mikey Pipes Uncensored, I am in town. I'm in Charlotte on Mali in St. Thomas, the United States Virgin Islands. And I'm walking down the street. Quick little synopsis in case you're just trying to catch up, right? I'm walking down the street and walking towards the supermarket, Moe's. And was it Moe's? No, it was the Muslim place, Muslim soup. I don't know, whatever. But I walking towards me is this woman that looks identical to my high school girlfriend. And I had 2 high school girlfriends. One, we're going to name Leslie. Right? Nice, blonde, curly hair, Jewish girl, very nice girl. And then we had the other girlfriend, Noelle, right? And so anyway, so here I'm walking, and there's Noelle. I'm like, what the fuck? There's no way. I'm walking towards, and I say, how you doing? And we talk about, she talks about my watch, admiring that, and we had a little small talk, and nothing crazy, right? Just a friendly conversation passing by, an attractive woman, on the street, like this is not New York City here, where I'm in the Caribbean. When you walk by someone, you say good morning, you say good evening, whatever, it's like that. So it's not out of the ordinary to say that. Listen, if we're in New York City and I start, chit-chatting with a woman, I better best be on my A game to make that happen. You never know. I could get the digits, But nonetheless, and then an hour later, I get a friend request, literally from my ex-girlfriend in high school. So, part 2, folks. You guys ready? And I made some notes, right? Because I have this habit of losing my train of thought and then, like, running off into the tangent, talking about something else, and then I totally forget what I was going to say. But, so I'm staring at my phone like, oh my God, what the fuck is this? Like, friend request from Noelle. I'm like, what the fuck this is? And I'm like, but here's the thing. This is not just nostalgia. This isn't, oh, remember when. Maybe this is my conscience tapping me in my forehead hard. Like, hey, knock, knock, loser. Hey, asshole. Remember this version of you? Right? Before life, before responsibilities, before business, before payroll, before stress, before mortgages, kids, before fucking everything. Right? I had a 1981 Oldsmobile Tornado. Right? A tan color with a like a even a little darker of a tan color interior. Cloth. Oh, man, I wish it wasn't cloth. You know what I'm talking about, right? The back seat of that Hooptie. But before any kind of responsibilities, here I am, and I'm no longer for that moment when that screen pops up, the friend request pops up, right? And suddenly I'm not in the present anymore. I'm not in 2026 anymore. Now I'm going back, literally, I'm going back 30 plus years ago. Wow. So I got to tell you the story about how I met and the move that I made, right? I had great hustle. Even as a teenager, man, I was good. Pat myself on the back. And I probably don't have that same type of A game right now. Right? But I don't think women too much care about that. They're more looking for a solid, professional, successful, financially secure gentleman. And I think I fucking meet all those check boxes. But I'm happily married to an amazing wife who lets me get away with fucking murder. But I gotta tell you the story about how I met Noelle. So, okay, we're going back, 30 plus years ago. 32 years ago. 33 years ago. 34? No. 30 to 32 years ago, right? It's crazy. 31, yeah, around there. So I met her through a friend of mine, and one early evening, a friend of mine and I We're in the Hooptie. I was the first one to have a car at the time. And he's like, hey, Mike, you know what? A friend of mine is going to her friend's house, and we're going to have a little party. The parents are home, but they're chill, like the parents, they smoke up, da-da-da-da. I'm like, all right. And at the time, I smoked an incredible amount of marijuana. An incredible amount of it. Where it was a point where and I remember going to the Village in Manhattan and buying myself a 3.5 foot by Graphics water bong, right? And I would clear that. Quite proud of that. But yeah. So anyway, food for thought, right? Who would have known? Who would have thought? Maybe that's why I'm so freaking fried. So he goes, let's go over there. I was like, all right. So he calls him up, on the phone, not on the cell phone. His cell phones really weren't a thing right then, It comes another year later when I had a Motorola StarTAC with a thin battery. Yeah, baller. With the whatever cell provider, which was now it's AT&T, but it was like the Go plan. So as long as I stayed in Nassau County, I got 30 minutes for $30. Yeah, $1 a minute. But if I was not in Nassau County, cause I went to the movies in Suffolk County, man, it was like $2 a minute. It's crazy. Anyway, we go over there, and we'll check, and we check in, I'm like, man, she's kind of cute. And she got a fat ass too. I'm like, damn. Even back then, I loved the fat asses. So, yeah, kicking it there, and we're having a good time. And this is before cell phones. There was no exchanging your Insta or your Snapchat or none of that, right? None of that. So, like, yeah, nice being you. Give me a hug, maybe, whatever, nice. Like, we're good, we all got high, and we leave. Right? And I'm like, man, she's cute, man. Like, I don't remember exactly I was like 17 years old. I don't remember exactly what I was thinking or saying. But I was like, I remember that for several days. Just like couldn't get out of my mind. Like, man. It's like I love to get with that. So a couple days later, right, I decide I'm gonna make my moves, right? I'm gonna make my moves. It was like 2 or 3 days one day, and so one day I was like, I'm gonna head over to our house. No call. No call. No solid plan. I'm just gonna go over there and say, hope she's home, right? Right? No call, no plan, no invite. I'm just straight up invading. I didn't even have her number. I don't know her address. I know where she lives, right? And I knew that literally it took from where I lived, my mom's house, right? I knew that it was literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 turns off of my block to get to her house. Yeah. And I still remember that shit. Can you believe that? Yep, I would go down. I would make a left on Chestnut Lane, a right on Prospect Avenue, a left on Belmore Avenue, all the way down, making a left on Merrick Road, making a right at it was a shortcut by John's Automotive in Seaford. Making a right by John's Automotive, and then making a left, and then a right down Neptune all the way down to Naomi. Yeah, fucking impressive, right? That's right. That's fucking right. You know what? but I knew exactly where she lived. And it's not like I'm going to look it up. I'm not going to use MapQuest. Not going to use Google. There's no fucking GPS. I just knew, right? I was following. Pew! I was going there. So I get in my car, and I drive there. I pull up. I park. I walk to the front door. I'm standing there thinking, I'm like, man, Mikey, this is fucking insane. Like, this is either romantic or I'm a fucking complete fucking psycho, right? I knock on the door. The door opens. And the look, now I don't think she answered the door, right? I think her mom answered the door. Or her father. That I don't remember at all, right? And, but I remember this look, that the look of pure confusion on her face with this smile, which is like, how the hell are you standing here right now? You know, like, but like, I'm happy you're here. And I'm like, and right that second I knew I was good. I was good. That was a great story, folks. It's fun. The friend request. Did I accept it? Did I decline it? Is it still sitting there in my Facebook friend request feed, with just her and someone else from like 5 years ago that, listen, I don't know you, right? Why are you friend requesting me, right? I don't even use Facebook. I've been only recently been using it because of Facebook because I want to rent out still this 2-car garage that I have, an empty 2-car garage with a second floor, walk-up second floor, that I have in East Rockaway. I want to rent out this garage. So if maybe you're like I guess a little contractor, you work on cars, maybe you work on boats because, block away from the water. But yeah, if you're in the area of East Rockaway, New York on Long Island, I have a 2-car garage with a walk-up second floor, and that's exactly what it means, the second floor, and I can walk around up there like solid. Reasonable price, $1,200 a month to rent out. And it's yours. You just got to be quiet, You're not going to be, swapping out trannies in the driveway, I have tenants in the main building. Residential environment. This is not a commercial environment. But I can rent out my garage because I fucking own it. It's mine. So. Part 3, folks. Part 3 is going to be whether or not I accepted that friend request and the subsequent, what transpired since then. Good stuff. Love you guys. No homo. Be well. God bless. Stay safe. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Please, please, please check out the Spotify channel. Just go to tinyurl.com/Spotify/ dash, no, not slash, dash pipes. That's right, cock-a-doodle-doo. Show us some love. I'm diversifying a little bit. You got to give me an A for effort, Love you. No homo. Be well. God bless. Stay safe.